My name's Marty and I'm the senior coach at the Western Rams Football Sporting Club.
Quad's looking good, mate. Quad's looking real good.
Not sure what that is, Rodriguez, but it looked good.
Get the leg up, mate. You got to get the leg up. What are you talking about?
Righto.
My resume in local football, my most previous roles prior to coming to the Western Rams was I was coaching at Caroline Springs in their reserves grade there for a number of years. I spent 4 or 5 years there with them prior to having to step away from football for a little while due to work commitments. Prior to that, I coached at St Albans Football Club, and then prior to that, I was over at Mount Waverley in the Southern League.
Let's go, let's make sure we account for this breeze. Steady on the kicks.
So this is my third actual year in 2022. It's my third year. Obviously 2020 was a null year, a null and void year with COVID shutting down everything. So 2021 was my first actual year, which was still cut short, and now hopefully this year's our full-length year.
First played at Melton Bloods all my junior life into seniors. Played football when there was 2 divisions in this league, rural district. Melton played in this league and played mainly juniors and played under 16s, played reserves and seniors, and I had a bit of a break. I ventured over about 95 to what was then Rockbank Rams. They were playing Division 3, Division 2 Western Region, and I've probably played right up to about two years ago. Still put a game in now and then, but I played solidly up to probably about 2010, 2015 around there. Played a bit of 2s. Coached 3 or 4 years of seniors. Coached 14s, 16s, 18s. Reserves, played every grade. I've been vice president. I've done been a voluntary committee member since 1997. So at the club for about 27 years now.
What is it that brought me to the club? I met with Matty Embling and Gavin Spall some time ago now, obviously prior to the 2020 season. Sat down with those guys and we spoke about where the club was at and where it needed to be at and things like that. I obviously was familiar with the club. I played a lot of football for Diggers Rest Football Club, which was always, it's in the same league, it's always played against Rockbank, so I'm aware of the history of the Rockbank Football Club, now Western Rams. And it was just a team that it needed some consistency, it needed a coach that was going to stick around for a number of years, and it needed to introduce some new people to the club, new players, and I just so happened to have a bunch of blokes and mates that I know that were really keen to play football, so they wanted to come along, and yeah, that's pretty much what got me there, to be honest.
I originally come to the club, a mate of mine, I did realise that the Rams had started up again. They'd had a 20-year recess from about 1971, and I used to work down there as a young bloke on the farms and the paddocks down here stacking hay for a bloke called Bernie Chatherwan, who used to play for the club. I seen all the memorabilia on the shearing shed wall back where we used to work over the other side of the highway, and I thought it'd be good to come down for a game. A mate of mine said they were short of players, so I come down, and once I got here, fell in love with the place. Different culture where I come from. Melton was a more serious club, more expectations. Here was they were a bit more party type of club, but yeah, more social. It was a great family atmosphere here, so I've always stayed here, raised my kids here as well.
What do I want to see in the 2022 season?
I'd like to see a win in the senior football grade.
Look, from a club's perspective, as long as we can go out there week in, week out and give a consistent effort, I think we've recruited really well for this season. We've got some really good talent, some really good footballers and some really good men playing football for us this year, and if we can go out as a club and play 8 quarters of football on a Saturday, that's our job done. We'd really obviously love to get that win. We've been looking for a long time, but look, I'd love to see the season get through without any interruptions from COVID, and yeah, get through with a clean bill of health, and hopefully just continue to play good football and tick all the boxes so we can continue to recruit.
It's been a long time. It's been tough last few years of COVID, shortened seasons. One year we battled for players, and last year we had plenty. We looked like we're on the improve last year, but I'd like to see, hopefully we can get a result this year. I'd like to just generally see numbers on the track, young blokes buying in the club and realising that they're part of the club and that they can, make themselves well respected, and make this club. It's everybody's club. It's not just for me and all the committee to push. It's a club we open arms for everybody to come down and make their impact.
What do I hope to see in the club's future? Look, again, it's all about consistency. So the club itself has got a really good, strong committee. The committee really work endlessly to make sure that the club is successful off the field. But on the field, if we can have some consistent people playing football at the club, and both netball as well, the netball grades are really strengthening. They've got some quality netballers out there. If we can continue to grow our football list as well and continue to just, as I said before, tick all the boxes and attract more and more decent, genuine players, the club will just continue to be better and better every year. Obviously, we play football and netball to play finals. That's ultimately the goal. But if we can just string together a number of wins in a season, I think every step towards finals counts.
I like to probably see at this club, basically, I like to see it just be solid from year to year, solid, where there's to the point where we've got juniors coming right through. We did have strong juniors years ago. We had premierships and junior grades in both Western Region and Rural District. That's my aim, is to get the juniors back up, because this club will struggle until the day we get juniors flowing through. The best premierships are ones you blood from your kids. With juniors coming through football and netball, it'll give this club solidarity right through. And now we've got a new population. It's multicultural around here. We've got to open arms up to let all the new kids and all the diverse cultures we've got around here. We've got to invite them to the club. Hence was the change of the name of the club. It was to embrace everybody in the area, the whole area, from Mount Atkinson right across the road here to Aintree, up to Truganina, right back through here. So that was the whole idea of it. We want this club to be just so we know I can walk away, know that it's safe, and it'll just keep running. And it won't be a fight every year worrying about players and worrying about getting juniors on the track. We want good numbers.
I reduced the margin in 2021. I think the figure was by 120 points, down to 98 points, an average losing margin. Prior to that, it was obviously well over the 200 mark. We just had a really good bunch of people, and we had belief that we had the right people in the right positions to be able to play football and play to a standard that we were trying to work towards. Obviously, the interruptions from COVID didn't help at all, but we certainly, we were getting better as the season went on. There's a lot of new players there that didn't really know each other and know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And I think if COVID hadn't have interrupted the year, we would have really had a good year and potentially, snagged a win at the end of it.
Good, Harley. Finish it strong, mate. Finish strong. 10 and 10, that's all you got?
Yeah, it has been a few years since the club won a game. I'd love to reset the record in 2022. Realistically, I think we've got the right talent and the right mix of players to be able to reset it. But let's wait until the season starts and see what the other clubs are doing first before I make any bold statements.
Delicious.
Keep going, keep going.
Good, Mitchie.
Yeah, COVID has had a massive impact on me as a coach, and more so the playing group. It's the motivation drop in a lot of people is probably the largest concern for sporting as a whole. There's certainly a lot of players that are quality footballers, really good footballers that have stepped away just purely on the motivation factor. Obviously, there's financial costs as well. There's a lot of money from sponsors that they're reluctant to throw out this year. People have done it tough over the last couple of years, and we get that. But sporting clubs and community clubs thrive and are only as good as their partners that sit beside them with sponsors. So yeah, it's been tough, and if clubs can't get sponsors in going forward because of obvious reasons, it will put a massive dampener on clubs that rely heavily on that income.
I think this year's been the biggest impact I've noticed. I knew this was the year I feared. The biggest impact I've seen is a lot of young blokes, although we haven't got clearances from players leaving, but there's just a lot of players that haven't come back because I think they've realised there's a little bit more to life in sport, and they've gone out and they've probably done a bit of camping and enjoyed a bit of time away. So hopefully when football does start, the AFL, it does spike up a bit of interest and we get players back. Also volunteers is what I'm hearing around the traps. Volunteers, we are suffering volunteers. We're still looking for a few positions in this club to fill. Examples canteen, which is a vital thing to this club. It's one of the biggest mainstays for money and income for this club. So we're looking for volunteers to run the club in there. So always open arms for volunteers.
The lack of numbers at training does concern me. It's one of those things that it's beyond a coach's control. We can continue to sit there and yell and scream and beg people to get to training and all that sort of thing, but the motivation again is that's driven by the COVID shutdowns and lockdowns and all that sort of stuff, and people genuinely have lost interest in playing sport. So we have had a reduced number of blokes at training throughout the pre-season, but look, I think once the AFL kicks off and people start getting that itch back, there'll be a lot of people back on the training track.
With the numbers we got, good session, all right? And a heap of running, all right? There's that gut running. I'm telling you now, it's shit on training nights. You know, and we'll all talk about it and we'll all be paying for it tomorrow. But be back here next Monday because that's another notch as we step closer, all right? We've got to do a lot. We've got to do a lot more. We've done no game sense stuff. We've done no like the game plans, all that sort of stuff. Can't do it with 12. We need to make sure we've got plenty of numbers. Right? And I'm sick of saying it, and I know you guys are the same. We know we need numbers, but we need to have them here. All right? We need to make sure that everyone is now being accountable for every week that we step away. All right?
Do I see the club fielding women's side in the future? Yeah, look, I think it's certainly a growing sport, or the female side of it is certainly growing. The AFLW is continuing to get stronger and stronger, and there's a lot more interest from the public in it. I'd love to see the Rams get a women's side, absolutely. But my biggest concern with female football at the moment, if there is any, my biggest concern would be purely on the basis that if you start taking players away from the netball code and they switch across to play football, then obviously the netball numbers will drop down, and it will have an impact on a lot of clubs who have strong netball sides. I'm certain that clubs will lose players to football if women's football is introduced.
In women's football, we tried to start a under-15s girls side. We started off with about 8 the first night, but it's dwindled away. So we'll still battle on, we'll still try. We'll give it another couple of weeks, but at least the idea's there, the thought's there. And look, I say it'd be probably a good 2 years away before we start looking at women's football. For this day and age, I think a bloke to do 12 years presence, it's pretty rare these days, and it's probably a point really. It's time probably next year. That's why I've called it my last year. It's time for a change, someone fresh with a bit more energy. I'm happy. I won't be going anywhere. I'll be still around. I'll do my roles, what I've got to do. But yeah, I got a nice pat in the back from the league last year as a volunteer, as a Bendigo Bank Volunteer of the Year, which was a very good, good sort of thing after a dozen years of president. It's good to be looked upon that you're doing the right job. Look, just a thanks from the players. It's good that makes your day. It's not about always winning and losing. I like to see them improve. I like to see. I get a real buzz coming on a Sunday and seeing the kids running out there in the jumpers. And we won under 13s premiership last year, so that's the first thing that's really been great to happen to this club since I've been here. We had netball in finals a few years ago, A grade, first time ever. And we had, when the second or third year I was as president, we actually seniors made finals, finished about 6th on the ladder and made finals. Didn't make much of an impact, but we're out there. We're very competitive that year. Well, at the moment, netball's probably going fairly well forward. We thought we'd struggle at the start of the year. We looked like we're going to have no A grade, but we've picked up about 25 girls, all under 18 girls too. So that's fantastic. Same story, but netball needs to get a junior base going. We haven't got any junior netball going. We've got some interest this year. We're trying to get someone to actually look after it. That's the main thing, is get someone to coach girls and run them on a Sunday.
Righto, good. That's all about, right from the start when the boys brought that Australia in, it's all about getting it going and getting that short stab, low kick, hitting targets and moving through it. Yeah. All right. When that last section there, I wanted to finish on that because it's a positive. It was really just buzzing around and it looked good. All right. Okay, we're going to go into just 10 minutes of running, and that's it. The night's done from running. So we're going to go the 3-2-1. We start in the goal line. 1, 2, 3, 30 push-ups, 30 sit-ups. 1, 2, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups. Back down here for 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups. Yep. Not as a team. Go as hard as you possibly can. All right, really dig in. It's a cooler night. Fucking put in everything you've got and make sure that you get something out of this. All right. Let's go all down on the line.
Don't be scared. We know we can do this.
All right. We ready? Make sure we all dig in. Jakey, don't fuck it up. Don't stop. Push through this, Jake. Let's go. Righto. Push yourself. Let's go. Don't be last, Sax. Don't be last, Moose. Come on, one of you boys, leave one another. Don't just jog it through together. Let's push. Push through it. Not bad for a 50-year-old, Crackers. Not bad for a 50-year-old. Well, you look 50. Catch him, Mitchie. Good work. Good, Mitch. I won't comment, Phil. I won't comment. I know your pain, mate. This is good, Saps. Love it, mate. Good work, mate. Push it all the way. Push it all the way. Don't give up, Saps. Keep going, mate. You're nearly there. For those that don't know, and I only just found out tonight myself, but the league have changed it this year. We're going 6-6-6. So we've got to fucking change a few of the drills and what we've been sort of working on to adapt to that 6-6-6. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll deal with that. Gilly, that's got to be a kick. Gilly, that's got to be that kick out there, mate. A handball's too risky. Let's not overuse it. We get it from here, we give it to the wing, we've got to go long. That kick's got to get out of danger. Then from here, we're going to go long. Run the footy down the wings. All four must run through to be able to even the numbers up down here. Let's fix it. Good, Boydie. Work over and help him. Run through, Boydie. I said at the start it was going to be tough. All right, there's a lot of fucking gut running there, but we're making it harder on ourselves. What we're trying to do is just be real fast-paced at everything. Yeah. We don't need to. I just heard Sweeter saying it then. A few others were saying it right at the start. Take the mark and go back. Yeah. No one's done it yet. No one's steadied, taken a mark up that end, gone back and just allowed a little bit of time and space, and then gone for that switch or kick out. Take the mark, steady, go back, then time your leads off here too. Don't just fucking take off and put the guy that's got the footy under the pressure, because that's when we start spraying kicks, all right? We need to be steadying. RT, that switch kick was perfect, but the kick was fucking woeful, yeah? That come off the side, that in a game of footy costs us a goal, all right? So steady on the kick. If we're not under the pressure, we won't give the shit kick off. That's better. Let's go off the wings. Let's go off the wings. Good, RT. Good, let's use it. That's better. Good work. Rodriguez, demand that footy, mate. If it's in front of you, take it. Good, Bordy. Good leg. Steady now. Come on, Jakey. Push. Get on your bike. Righto. That was some tough work, right? Especially the early part of it. It was really, really tough. I can see everyone's fucked, especially after some 3-2-1 and second session in and limited numbers. Right? It is going to be tough, but it only gets easier from here, doesn't it? It really does. The more you put in, the better you get out of it, and the more it gets easier and easier for us as we push on. All right. So, what we're going to do. When you went off before, who'd you speak to? You're lucky. Fuck. You're still going to do a fucking 400 anyway. Well, it's not a 400, just one lap of Indian file and then meet me over there. 3 on the cones, 1 in the middle, up and down the lines, just to the cones. It's nice and close, it's nice and tight. Make sure that we're really working again. It's just, what is it, 3 metres? Just working between the cones, all right? Make sure we're working between and put a lot of pressure on this guy in the middle here to be trying to stop that footy. That's it, work to it. No, come back, KR, don't leave it. Now push across, now push. That's it. Good, sweetheart, good. Good, sweets, good. Come across, KR. Keep going. Good, Will. Get the footy. Oh. Good lookaways, Jakey. Good lookaways, mate. If you've got him bluffed there. Bad luck. It was a good kick. Good, Moose.
Yes, Marty.
Dive for it, Jake. Let's go, 30 seconds still. Push a bit.
Last corner, boys, last corner.
Push, Chase, push.
When you fatigue time, fix slow. 25 to go. 5, 4, 3. Didn't know if that was going on. 2. Good, good, Moose. 2 to go. Don't stop. Siren hasn't gone. Good. Adelaide, hold the bodies, hold the footies.
Hold the balloons, boys.
Hold the balloons.
Hold the balloons.
Our captain for 2022 is Alex Sweet.
Alex has demonstrated exactly what he's capable of doing on game day. He's a bloke that leads by example. He puts his head over the ball at every single contest. He's got an amazing communication and voice on the field. He's played a lot of football and he deserves to be in the role that he's in. And I'm 100% certain that Alex leading the group on a Saturday and then setting the example through the week at training. It's absolutely the right decision for the club. I'm super proud of everything that Alex has done for this club so far. Absolutely certain that Alex will have a successful year in 2022 as our skipper.
Played all my junior football at Melton South Football Club. We were pretty unsuccessful, never really played any finals or anything like that. Yeah, left juniors, Melton South, went to Bacchus Marsh Football Club. Pretty much came successful straight away, lost the grand final first year, and then from there we lost a couple more finals, and then lost a couple grand finals, and then finally won one with Phil only recently in 2018. This is my second season at the Rams. Won the BNF last year, and yeah, captain this year.
G'day, I'm Saxon Woodruff. I've been at the Rams since I was 10 years old, so about 30 odd years. Played my first senior footy as an 18-year-old in 2001, and yeah, been playing ever since. Yeah, sports! I've played over 400, maybe even 450 games for the club in total since I was a junior. Over 300 senior games. I had the honour of captaining the side as a 21-year-old for a number of years, and have always appeared in the leadership group through as a vice captain as well in years after that. Had the honour of playing in our first finals when I was just a young lad in 2001. Won a final, unfortunately got knocked out the year after, but it was a great experience, and then managed to back it up 2014, many years later, when we made our last finals run, so it was good to be a part of that. I've had the privilege of coaching the under-18s a few years ago for about 3-4 years. And it's really been good to see some of those blokes that I coached at the 18 level now playing senior football, and really look forward to them taking that next step and being the next players of this club, and hand the baton over to them. I probably can't play forever, so.
What brought me down to the Rams was obviously Marty coaching. I know a lot of the guys that have come down, so yeah, that made me feel very welcome, and yeah, really enjoyed it.
The short kick comes to you, and then you come back and give me the hands. So listen, when you mark it, keep coming back and listen to me. My call.
I'm a local lad. Grew up in Rockbank. I used to go to Rockbank Primary down the road back when it was on the highway. So essentially, mates from school we've sort of started playing footy. So I convinced my mum and dad to let me come down, and had a kick. Made some really great mates from that point on, and have made really great lifelong friends since, and yeah, I never left. Live in Maribyrnong these days, but it's always come back to the Rams. So
what I'm hoping to see this year is, I'm not planning on winning too many games. We just want to win a few games and have some off-field success. Get the camaraderie, and that might transition onto the field and hopefully win a couple of games. Not looking, play finals or anything just yet.
2022, would love to break that drought, get a win back. But most importantly, I suppose, just getting all the boys on the track, enjoying their football. It's been pretty interrupted, as I said, the last couple of years. So it'd be good to get back to some consistent footy and enjoying the club culture on and off the field. But that W is what we're all hunting for.
Good tidy.
What I'd like to see with the club going forward, just plenty of numbers on the track. Numbers bring success, so we start getting numbers down and that will start to reflect on the field.
In the future, obviously, we've got a pretty growing community around here. I, as I said, came through the junior ranks, and we had a pretty strong junior ranks for a long time. It seemed like every year they were making finals across the divisions, but over the last 10 years, that's sort of really dropped off. So it'd be really good, I think, with the growing estates and community that's around the area, to try and really get a strong junior influx coming through, and I think we've already laying the stepping stones for that, but I'd like to really see that being built on, and then that, flowing on into the senior football where, we're consistently making finals again and become a bit of a powerhouse of the RDFL.
Got 4, yeah.
So yeah, over the years we've had a number of changes with players coming and going and rebuilds over the time. Had really great culture when I first was playing senior football here, and training nights was buzzing. Since then obviously has some ebbs and flows with playing groups. So we're back to a good group, I think, this year, that we're, despite the fact that it's been pretty interrupted the last 3 years, that there's a lot of enthusiasm from the lads, and really hopeful that this year can, be that next step forward.
You coming here? Hold, mate, you're right. Nice. Good boy. Good spot.
I really like Marty as a coach, and as a bloke off the field as well. He's firm but fair. He keeps a pretty calm, cool head most of the time, but knows when to put a fire up our backsides when required. He's done well to sort of keep the playing group that we have motivated over the last couple of years to continue engaging with the club and training, and so hopefully I believe he's got the credentials to try and push us to that next step. There was a great assistance on board this year with Phil and Crackers as well, so I'm really excited for the prospects for this year.
What am I excited for? I guess all the guys that played last year, we haven't really lost anyone, so they're mainly coming back again, just getting back on, getting new recruits. It's good to see a few of the boys on the track. Oddie, Chatters, there's a few boys. Even Ash Gray coming back, it's really good to see.
Move down to the back line, mate.
Words for the outgoing captain, very good captain. It was unfortunate that he had a few injuries that sidelined him, and I mean, there's a few games there where he was playing very injured and just kept getting on the track just to help with numbers and everything like that, and he did a very good job.
I think that short burst, you're taking too long.
Yeah, I kept getting it, I've got to follow it up.
Yeah.
It's not the...
Just get there.
I just fucking forget.
Yeah, that's all right. Next one.
Winning the BNF, does that make me a good captain? No, I don't think so. I guess, my on-field leadership last year transitioned into, getting the training this year and getting around the boys, and definitely not winning the BNF gave me the captaincy.
Timmy, out in front, mate. Take him out in front. Give yourselves a double chance.
So last couple of years, you can get pretty demotivated by COVID and having the time off.
Hold Howie. Push back, nice. Do some of the switch.
Lucky enough that I'm pretty self-driven in terms of off the field, doing my own work, training, but nothing really beats being on the track playing football. So when it sort of came around that the season was starting up, I was pretty keen to get back, and I think we've got a pretty good group of lads here that have managed to keep in touch over the last 2 years with all the face groups and personal challenges and everything like that, that we sort of can continue to try and challenge each other with a few runs and personal goals that we're constantly keeping engaged. It definitely has. I've had a few mates being affected by mental health as a result of it, so I'm fortunate that I have this as an outlet that I can come back to.
Love that rig.
Looking forward to that first win. The beers are going to taste good after that.
For those that were there Thursday night, obviously looking at the board from the last game that the Rams played in 2021 was here. All right, our very next game coincidentally is here. There's 13 different blokes in this side from that team last year. All right, and in my opinion, with absolutely zero disrespect to the blokes that played last year, we obviously missed a few of them. But in my opinion, we're a hell of a lot stronger running into this game today than we were at that time last year. All right, we've recruited really well. We've got all these blokes that are really jumping out of their skin to get out here and put their best foot forward. We'll talk more inside about it, but I'm telling you now, get your mindset right, get your heads right into this game now. I'm telling you now, some people might have driven down here today going, we're in for a rude awakening. I don't think we are, all right? And we need to start believing that we're not in for a rude awakening. I think we need to get out here right at the start. We're going to lock on, we're going to go man on man early, all right? We're going to force them to turn the ball over. We're going to be in and under. We're going to be hard at the ball. We're going to be pushing at every single contest so they know that we're there, all right? If we get to a contest, or if there's a contest there, there's a ball to be won and we've got no one around, you'll be coming off the bench and be spoken to. Simple as that. Every single player must be at the contest and going in hard and under. Is that clear?
Yep.
So start understanding that. We're in for a good day. We're in for a good game. Believe it. This wind can cause havoc. Yeah, if we use the wind to our advantage, it dies off. I think it's an 8-9 goal breeze when you feel it, personally. All right. We've got good cattle. We've got good fit people in this team. We haven't really trained together as a full team yet, but we need to work on that. All right. No better time to work on it today, and put everything into play that those that have been there have been able to work on, and we fair dinkum can come out wanting to win this game of footy. Believe that there's an opportunity for us. All right. We've got a leader that will lead by example, that takes on his first game as captain for the club for us. We've got our captain from last year that's fucking chomping at the bit to get out there and play a game of footy. We've got quality backmen that are going to lead by example as well. We've got plenty of height with Tico and Mitch down back, plenty of pace. Opportunities there for the boys to just dominate, yeah. And then we've got Dino in the ruck that'll just feed it. He'll play Pete all day and beat him in the contests. And then we've got good midfielders that are going to use it and run and spread and create that good football. All right. We've got blokes to do, RT up the back there. He's going to be forward. He played really bloody good footy down in Ballarat the other week. So let's put it out in front of him. Let's let him go to work. All right, we've got Dewey to play seniors and he's going to be up forward. We've got Ash that's going to be crumbing and JC that's going to be crumbing and all that sort of stuff. 100%. So be excited about it, boys. We've got blokes in, I think they're in the right positions, but we'll work that out as the first quarter starts. All right. As soon as we get off here now, we get in there, we get ready to go, we get everything finalised, taped, rub downs, and we get out on the back oval and have a bit of a warm up shortly.
That's
all
it,
right?
lads. Let's go, boys. Fire up, lads.
Pre-game nerves, I don't really get them. More like to just get out there and get into it. I don't think too much about it. Just get out there and have a bit of fun. How we match up against them, it's hard to say. Early on in the season, they've recruited very well. Got a couple of VFL listed players from the Drought League, so a bit higher standard. We've recruited well from other leagues. People like Hazy, we've got people like Harley Cameron, Ricky Cameron, the two brothers. Chad Bent, the big ruckman, so it's good to see we're getting new recruits in that sense, and again we're getting people like Ash Gray and players like that coming back, so it's really good to see. So yeah, don't know how we're going to go match up against them. It'll be a good hit out, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so round one over at Melton Centrals, we're up against a pretty tough opposition today. They've recruited extremely well, but we've come into this side from last year with 13 new senior footballers. So yeah, look, we expect a pretty tough and physical contest, as we always do from Melton Centrals. But regardless, whatever they bring to us, we'll bring to them, and we'll give it everything we've got. I'm looking forward to seeing some blokes like Harley and Ricky Cameron, Dean Chadband, some of our newer blokes, and Matty Hayes, give us all they've got, and we'll see how we come off at half time. What I do want to do, all right, I spoke about it out there. I've written a few things here, okay? The number one thing that I want us to be seen as is a hard, tough football club, all right, a football team, all right? We need to make sure that at every opportunity, when there's a ball to be won, there's a contested footy there or it's out and there's two blokes going in it, we're the one that goes in hardest and first, all right? We don't lift our heads up. You put your body on the line, all right? Every single one of you. If every bloke is at the footy first and we're the toughest and hardest blokes that are going into that pack, I can guarantee you, with a young side of the average age of 23, they're going to shit their fucking pants in the first few moments of this game, all right? I can guarantee you there'll be blokes like Spry that'll you know, he did it last year in the open and bounce. He put Joshy's head into the dirt on our turf. Yeah, let's do the same to them today. Do it fair, do it hard, do it tough, the entire game. All right. The 1%ers are huge. We all know that if you put your body on the line and someone else is coming in to defend you and coming in to support you to win that footy, the bloke that puts his body on the line and goes in and wins the footy, we all love. That's what we get around. That's the shit we notice. All right. We don't care about who kicks how many goals and all that sort of stuff, or looks real good. It's the bloke that puts his body on the line and goes in and under. I want to be seen as that sort of team, boys. I'm telling you now, we've got a good team of footballers. Let's now put that together and have a good football team. Yeah, there's a big difference behind it all. In and under. All right, it's all about that hardness and toughness and wanting to win the footy. Be aggressive. Don't jerk at it. Don't fucking step back. Go in. When it's your turn to go in, go in. All right. And again, just hunt the footy. Just always want it. All right. We want it more than them. We win it. Be first to the footy. Again, I spoke about it before. They're young, but if I'm telling you now, if we go in hard. We win the footy. We've got blokes that have got silky clean skills that'll be able to deliver it inside to our blokes that are sitting inside the forward 50 that can convert and kick goals. All right. So for those that aren't aware, back line, this is how we line up. Will Jenkins, Mitch Porterglue, Jamie Austin. Good to have you in the side, Jamie, because you're one of the toughest. All right? Speaking of tough, this bloke will give everything. All right? We all know he will. We know what he's capable of. He does not take a backward step. He will go in as hard and as tough as he possibly can, and he'll demonstrate exactly what tough's all about. All right? Cross half back, we've got Sweeter, Teeks and Hazy. Sweeter, again, congrats on your skipper, mate. All right, lead this team today. Hazy, I've been around Hazy for a long time. I've seen him play a lot of good footy. The reason he's in this team and the reason he's in the back line because he's a gun, all right? Support him, give him everything, and welcome to the club, mate. Across the guts, we've got Braden Dixon, Michael Oddie and Harley Cameron. 3 new blokes again, all right? 3 blokes. So Oddie, he's got a massive tank on him. He's going to give us everything. He'll run all day. Braden Dixon, we spoke just the other night about what you want to do and how you want to inject into this game. Let's start you on the wing. Let's see what you can give us along there. Harley, it's probably unfamiliar territory for you. I'm not too sure, but you want to be a midfielder. Let's work on this now. Let's find space. Use it. You've got a beautiful kick on you. Let's get that footy and get it inside 50. All right. In the rucks, we got Dean Chadband. We know this bloke. He hasn't been able to do a lot of footy training with us, but up until we changed over to the Tuesday, Thursday, but he was demonstrating just how fit the bloke is and how much he's prepared to run. All right, he'll give everything he's got. He'll run all day, but he's obviously going to need a rest at some point. We'll give you plenty of rest, don't worry about that, but make sure that we're supporting him, right? He's got a big job. You've got Big Pete. You've got to follow him around, number 33 he is. Follow him around. Phil, in the guts there. Phil, if Sammy starts in there, you're probably going to have to go straight to him and lock onto him. All right, we know what Sammy's like. He's tough. He fucking loves it physical, and we know you do too. All right, so get amongst it. And Ricky, all right, Ricky, welcome back to the club too, mate. Really excited to see what this guy can give us. All right, we've seen what he does at training. We've seen what he could do down at Mars Stadium. We've seen what he did at Dennington. Today's it. This is the real deal, though, for everyone in this group. All right, it's a big day for us. All right. So on the bench we've got Crackers. Again, he played round 1 with us last year. He ideally doesn't want to play footy, but we know what he can do, all right? He's a smart footballer. Then we've got Lukey Penny, again, a new bloke to the club. Welcome, Lukey. DJ Croucher and Moose Lukey Roberts. Righto, fuck this table off. Get up on your feet. Let's go. Bring it in. Bring it in. Hey, this is it, boys. All right. This is where our season begins. Okay. Our journey at this footy club started last year. Okay. It started in 2020. Okay. We started to build a culture. We started to build a club that we want to play footy at, and we want to be continuously improving and improving and improving. Today's it. This is the season that we get that W, and I reckon today's the day. If we want the footy more, if we go in and get it more than they do, and win it at every single opportunity, we give it off to our runners, we give it off to the blokes that know how to use it, I can guarantee you, we're in for a fucking ripper day. Okay? Believe it, boys. Believe what I'm saying to everyone here. Okay? Roll these legs over while I talk.
Let's go, boys.
Hey, find everything in yourselves, boys. This is where we need to be running out with goosebumps on our arms. Okay? Every single bloke here must put their body on the line. Every single bloke must know when it's their turn to go, because you've got support from every single bloke that's behind you right now. Roll them over for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Everyone's got something to say. Plenty of communication on the field. Plenty of communication off the field. 10 again. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get louder, boys. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, you ain't get out. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. let the fun begin, eh? When I say go, Kyrie, you're going to have to run out and flatten someone for me, all right?
No.
Why not? Doesn't matter, just run out and flatten someone.
I wish I could. I want to kick some goals. I want to do 4 forwards.
Stay fresh, mate. Stay fired up.
Here we go.
Stay good to go, all right? Keep the legs moving.
Start down the middle, boys. You still. Shutters, get up there. Up, Shutters.
That's a serious mismatch down here. Hazy's, look at the bloke Hazy's on as opposed to who Mitch is on. Just keep an eye on that. Tell Boydie, he's not, why is he so far up? He wants to play forward and he's in the back line. Tell him to get on Ricky Hawkins, 39, and swap with Braden. Get some water out. Can we get some, oh really? Jay, just get everyone out here now must be man on man. Every single bloke. No, they're trying to get it, I believe. It was touched off the kick. It was touched off the boot.
Don't let him switch it inboard, boys. Look you. JC, protect inboard.
All right, all Ricky. Ah.
Get on there, boys. Quickly.
No, I can tell the way it come off his foot. Needed to go right. Would that take him 20 minutes to get a goal? No, that's, yes, played it. 50.
That's 50. Oh, 40.
Oh, for fuck's sake, get him off. Get him off, 40.
40.
Can you ride bigger next time?
Yeah. I did it before I fucking dropped it out. 2-5-3.
Only sweet.
Yeah.
Start of the game. What did we speak about in the rooms? Yeah, what else?
Go hard.
There's a word. The word that I'm looking for starts with H. Hunting the footy. It's exactly what we're looking for, okay? Where are we? Up here. So hunting the footy, all right? 6-5 with the tackle count, okay? Every single time they're around the footy, we're in amongst it. We're really putting that pressure on, okay? That's exactly what I mean by hunting the footy. We're either first to it, we win the footy and we go, or if we're not first to it, we're laying that tackle and they know that we're around, okay? We've got to make sure that those tackles stick. Every now and again, there was a couple of one-armers go out that wasn't good, okay? We need to make sure that we're really locking onto them tackles. Clearances here, we're not getting smashed around the clearances, which is really good. Inside 50s, okay? They've had their opportunities 10 times. 10 times they've gone in, we've gone in 3. Okay, Ricky, just come off the boot a little bit, that's okay. But that's the right option. There was no talk there between you and Ash, clearly. All right, Ash was sitting under it. You've come out, which is no issue, but we must make sure we're talking. We've got to make sure as well that we've got plenty of options around the packs, okay? We've got blokes that are committed to go in, but we've got 2 or 3 or 4 going into that pack with no one sitting out waiting for that cheeky handball out, all right? This is how we're going to line up to start it. So Wilbur, Mitch, Jamie Austin, Hazy, Teeks and Sweeter. They work their guts out that quarter, boys, all right? Get around them. I'll tell you what, if they continue to do that for this entire game, we're in for an exciting one, I'm telling you. So Braden, good along here, mate, okay? Keep running with them. Just be mindful, especially if you're on Johnsy or there's a one-on-one with Johnsy, yeah? He's going to get around you every time, okay? Just corral him, good attitude. Just corral him and make sure you take him. Oddie, Penny, opportunity now for you on the other wing, Penny, all right? Harley, just go off the half forward for me now, all right? That was awesome stuff out there, mate, that switch kick. Okay, we talk often about switching the footy. Every opportunity we get, we want to look for that switch. When we've got a bloke that's one out there like Harley, who's going to use his run down the wing and deliver it inside 50, let's use it, okay? Every opportunity, let's look for it. JC was working up the ground a little bit. Couple of real good vision kicks and we get it out and away we go and we move it down the field, okay? Ash Gray, really good from you, Ash. RT, all right, presenting well. It'll come, mate. Be patient. Don't get sucked into bullshit out there, okay? Just be patient. JC, real good from you too. All right, Chatters will start with Phil and Ricky. Coming top. All right. Hey, let's not, please, for Christ's sake, do not show to me that this is just a little breeze. That's why they only kicked the 1 goal, all right? It's because we're angry, it's because we want it, because we're hunting the footy, because we're first at it and we're tough around the pack. That's why they kicked 1 goal. Yeah. Believe it, okay? We go out now and we give it everything again for another 25 minutes.
Let's go, boys!
Ride them big. I can fucking see it. Is that Luke Penny? Why is he there? Luke Penny, why is he running in front of us leading forward? Get out of the 50 for a start. Joe boy, he's got to be in front of him, mate. That's 2 now that he's been behind him and he's just going to beat him all day.
Good, Rick, excellent!
I didn't realise it'd come off. The reason I got chopped then, all right, I wanted to speak to you about it. So you're running through the footy, you're going at it, and what you've done is you've looked at a player coming at you. You've just sort of turned side on and gone at it like that. Yeah. Fucking use your pace, mate. Get past him. Just ignore that he's there. Yeah. Make him hit you front on. Yeah. The umpires will see it and give you a free kick. Yeah. All right, just run and go for the footy. Yeah. All right. Oh, Hazy. Go boys! Go boys, tell DJ! DJ! Have it. In the back. Oh! What have you done, Simo? Oh, you're joking. It's on his knee. J-boy, go over, mate, find out what's going on, please.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they're not.
It's, I mean, Captain Obvious, we're a side of footballers that haven't trained. Yeah, we've gone from the first quarter hunting the footy, aggressive to the footy, tackling every opportunity that we can get, and realistically looking fucking great, to a team that's just got no more run in them. That's how it looks from people that are sitting on the bench right now, looking at every single bloke out there right now. We've got no run left in us. We're spent. Is that how it is? We hunt the footy, we're hard at it, we're angry, we wanted it more. First quarter. Complete backflip into the second. Fair to say? Does anyone disagree? We've got blokes that aren't prepared to run off the half forward when the ball turns over. We've got blokes that aren't prepared to run off half back when we get the footy, and we've got no spread, no switch options. So what do we do for the next half of footy? Do we put the white flag up and we go, fuck it, we're done, we're spent? Or do we dig in deep, knowing damn well that we've got 2 more weeks off, and give it everything we've got? Is that what we do? The first quarter of football, I'm telling you now, was exactly the style of football that I can see us playing long term. It was impressive. We were quick. We moved well. We protected one another. We were first to the footy. We were in and under. We got so many free kicks from being in and under. We were tackling. We need to be on the move. We need to be man on man. I said it at the start of the game, I wanted everyone to be man on man. We did it in that first quarter. We switch off and we play our own footy. Is that how we win games? No? Have a think about it. Obviously, Tico's no good, so we restrict ourselves now with 3 on the bench. Where we spoke about before, about the run, what we've got left in our tank and all that sort of stuff. The blokes that have done minimal training, it's going to be very obvious. But the blokes that are prepared to dig in and find that gut run and give it everything they got for the next 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever it might be, but more importantly for the next 20, 25, they're the ones that are going to stand out to me. All right? We're just talking then about just how the intensity, Saxon and I was talking on the bench, and we're just talking about it with Phil, the intensity, how much it dropped off. All right, that first few minutes of that second quarter, we were really hard at it still, and then all of a sudden we let them kick a couple of quick, easy goals, and our heads dropped. The energy was gone from the team. There was no voice. It was dead set silence. All right, we need to pick it back up. We need to find something within ourselves to go back to that first quarter. Look at how tough we were. Look at how quick we were. Look at how stylish we looked when we got around the footy. I'm telling you now, boys, I've not seen us play footy like that in the 12 months that I've been at this club. It's the best aggressive, hard football that we've played. So why do we step away from it now? There's six or seven goals in this. Is that, regardless of our score, is that a game of footy that's out of reach? No. It's not, is it? So lift your heads up. Believe that there's still an opportunity for us to snag something here, or at least, at the very least, throw a bit more pressure back their way and change the momentum of this game. That's all we can do, yeah? We've got 45, 50 minutes of footy left. We've got 2 weeks off. Who is going to be the bloke that puts their head over the footy next? Who is going to be the bloke that finds it within themselves to run out this next 50 minutes? Everyone. We are, boys. Everyone? We are, boys. Come on. So don't be flat. Get up on your feet and start getting ready to go. Oh, he's paid a shepherd out. What a joke. Go and fucking pat DJ on the arse. That work right there is exactly what everyone needs to take a leaf out of. Don't for a second think that we get a couple of really good sets of play there and we get it inside and we lock it away and we kick a couple of goals. We're not over. What we spoke about at half time, okay, we started really slow. Our back line, we took a moment to work it all out, but be patient with it. Okay, we must at every opportunity. These guys here, they must lock on. Okay, whenever they're going forward, we lock on. Midfield, working for one another. But we've got to make sure as well that every time that the ball's there to be won, we want to be going in to win it, okay? In and under, hard at it, tackling, hunt the footy, hunt it. We spoke about it at the start of the game, hunt, be aggressive. Don't settle for the easy option to get it outside or wait for it to be flicked out. Get in and get it. Here's a bloke that goes and gets it. Take a leaf out of his book, all right? We need to see some run. We need blokes that want to be prepared to run up off that half back. We get that little switch kick out there before. We had 6 defenders walking out of the back line. We must have runners. Okay, we get runners, we look for that switch option. When we get it forward, we're dangerous. We know we're dangerous, but let's not rely on this breeze swirling around and doing what it's doing. Let's really make sure we lock it away for us. And let's not flood that 50 for number one. Every time we seem to be working it forward, we just push numbers into that hole and we block running space, okay? So looking at this, coming closer. Looking at this here, so inside 50, 7-14, hold that up for me. 7 of 14, all right? But what this tells us here, 14 inside 50s, 4 set shots at goal. We're working hard in our defence, all right? We are. Won't knock it for a second, but we need to work harder when we're coming out with the footy, all right? Making sure that we've got plenty of options running, all right? Everything else seems to be reasonably well spread or reasonably well even, but here, inside 50s now. We go inside 50, we get those shots at goal. It's that simple, isn't it? All right? Come on. Get in tight, get in tight. Hey, 20 minutes, 25 minutes of footy to go for 3 weeks. All right? We've got nothing to lose here, lads. Fucking give it all we've got, all right? Don't let us fly. Don't let us run out here for 1 quarter of football, all right? We hate these. They hate us. Let's fucking take it to them for this last quarter.
Boys, I tell you what, I was really impressed with the way you blokes played. Probably your bottom 6. Obviously, I believe some of them played in the reserves.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, if you could clear that up.
We've come a long way. We just need more depth, mate, and that's what it comes down to, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? So
Yeah,
you guys went well.
It does. But keep going. You really took it up to us. I mean, the scoreboard's not a true reflection.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
Yeah.
Well done. Great effort. Keep it going.
Good on you.
Cheers.
Heads up, boys. Heads up, yeah? We move on from this. We move on as a group.
I'll tell you what, our best is fucking far better than theirs. When we switch on and play footy, there was a glimpse in that quarter there where we took it, we rolled the footy forward. The first probably 5 minutes, we're just rolling the footy forward. And I thought, here we go, we're going to keep rolling like we did in the third. Our third quarter was by far our best. We can't win games on one quarter of footy, but it was by far our best. I don't think they're a better side than us. It's all up in here, and it's all about what you've done in the pre-season. If we continue to show up at games underdone, we're just going to have a really fucking shitful season like we have. If we really want to change what we're doing here that we all talk about, and we all want to make this club better, and we want to, we want that W, we want that win. Well, we're not going to get it by coming off cramping, coming off fucked, not putting in enough effort, being second to the footy, not wanting to win the football, not protecting our mates. We really, 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 with the quality of footballers that's in this room, with a couple more still to come into this side, we really, really need to start working as a fucking team on the track Tuesdays, Thursdays. That's the only way we can fix this. I guarantee you, there's a win coming. Every single one of you blokes, one-on-one, pair up with them blokes easily and win. Start believing in it. That's what it comes down to. Not believing in one another, not trusting one another, not supporting one another. You just think that, oh, you're off half back, you've got it, everyone's spent, you don't know when you've got to go. Rotate round. Grab a bloke from the pocket that's got a bit of fresh legs. Tell the bloke on the wing he's got to go. There's no communication. And I said at the start of the game, we're a great team of footballers, but we're not a great football team yet. We need to work that balance out. We need to bring it all together. And I'm telling you now, play 4 quarters of football and we take it to any side in this comp. This should sting the most because they're our rivals. They're the team we always want to beat. We've got 2 weeks off. Yes, we've got a few blokes with injuries and all that sort of stuff. We'll have a light session through the week. We'll probably train fully this week. It'll be only 1 day the week before Easter, and then we're back into it 2 weeks, after Easter to make sure that we're putting in. So we've got 5 training sessions before our next game, and now it comes down to, in your heads, what do we do to fix this? How do we get better? Get to training. That's the only answer you should come up with.